I'm back, baby. It feels good to be back after taking some time away from the channel while my life was going through the blender. But this house, this room, and this piece of gear is the markings of a new beginning for me and a resurgence for the channel. So I'm very excited to be back today, and I'm very excited to talk about the AIYIMA A80. Today we're going to be unboxing this thing, and it's going to be the anchor for this room. This is going to be my new living room slash studio room, and I got big plans for this room. This wall in particular, I'm going to do slat walls, hidden in-wall speakers, hidden in-wall subwoofer, floating TV shelf, and the AIYIMA A80 powering that whole system. So I'm very excited. Personally, I'm very excited for this project that's to come. So stick with the channel if you want to see that project developed and other projects throughout the house. More specifically, like I say, slats on that. I'm trying to sound deaden, make the room sound better, and prevent some sound transfer from room to room. So some slat panels on that wall, some slat panels on that wall, some acoustic absorption on this wall. Because I got a lot of power. I got a lot of power, and I want that controlled. I'm so genuinely excited to have an A80. Here's the short story. Here's a short story about me and the AIYIMA A80. When this was first announced, it came to the United States before it came to Canada. I'm in Canada. And it took a little more time to get it into Canada, just, a matter of weeks. And in those weeks, I was desperate. I was salivating for the AIYIMA A80. And in the time delay it took, that's when my life was thrown into a blender. So by the time it was available, I wasn't, unfortunately. But now that I am available, the AIYIMA is not only in my hands, it's new and improved. So let's take a look inside this box and see what see what's inside. The AIYIMA A80, 300 watts times 2 channel, 2.1 channel Bluetooth, 5.1 amplifier. What's amazing about this amplifier compared, I've had a lot of AIYIMA amps in my time, and I love every one of them, and I can't see myself getting rid of any of them. I just keep hanging on to them. I keep collecting amplifiers. But where the AIYIMA A80 stands out among the others is it is the first. I was going to say one of the first, but it is their first amplifier to offer a DAC, a preamp, and an amplifier with the TPA 3255 amp chip. They've done it before. They've done an amp, preamp, DAC, all in one box before. But it never had the Texas Instruments TPA 3255 powerhouse of an amplifier chip. This is the first that they've done it, and they've done it, so beautifully. Before we dive into what's in this box, let's take a look as to what's in this box. I'm going to guess power supply and a remote control. That's another thing. I say it's the first amplifier that AIYIMA has made that has a DAC, a preamp, amp, and has a TPA 3255 chip. It's also remote controllable, which is glorious. So here we have the power supply. I swear this is true. You are not gonna believe me when I say this. I'm not convinced I'm gonna use the big dog power supply. My vision is terrible. This is there you go, I can see that, 48 volt, 6 amp power supply. This is their big dog power supply that makes the TPA 3255 amplifier chip produce the most amount of power. And here's the truth. In this space, I think it might be too much power. Don't hate me. Is there such a thing as too much power? If you've ever owned an amplifier with a TPA 3255 amp chip, it seems impossible that an amp this size, this is an amp inside the box, smaller than my hand. It's about the size of my hand. could be labeled as having too much power, but I'm telling you, their specs, their amplifier specs are absolutely true on a test bench. If you put big power in, big power supply in on a test bench, these are realistic numbers. And the truth is, it might be too much for the space. Now you think, oh, just don't turn it up so much. Yes, logically, don't turn it up so much. But I like using my volume knob. I like lots of movement in my volume knob, that this is good, this is better, this is best, as opposed to when you got too much power, you just breathe on your volume knob and you're instantly into too much power. So we'll see how this works out, but I suspect this might be too powerful for this room, in which case, beautiful solution, just downsize your power supply. Then at full volume, you're producing less power, as much as half, as much as a third, depending on what power supply you plug into this thing. That way I can use more of that volume knob without getting into an overpowered situation. I was expecting to see a remote control in that box. I suspect the remote control's in this box. But we're getting to the meat and potatoes here. Okay. So we have ourselves a digital optical cable, which is nice that they include that. And what's beautiful is it seems really quite flexible. How's that for AMSR? It's really quite a flexible cable. And that's your first indicator that this is something special, right? It's got many digital inputs, and many inputs, analog for that matter. It has what looks like a warranty registration card, not printed in English. Oh, let's flip it over again. My vision is horrendous. Hey, look, there's in English. Product warranty. If you have any questions about the goods you receive, please contact us. I have been in contact with AIYIMA numerous times over the last few years, just about because I own practically every product they've ever made. So I'm in constant communication, not for warranty issues at all, just because they're great and helpful and useful. And they're always open. They're always open to new ideas, right? They're always seeking your feedback, which is why I've been in contact with them a lot over the years. And they're super useful, super helpful, and super eager to help. So fill it out, because it's not going to go to waste. Oh, I just threw this aside without thinking about it. The owner's manual. It's quite in depth. Of course, it's written. It's quite in depth in the sense that it's a real document. That's probably very helpful. I would probably start by scanning that. I suspect that's where you're going to find a digital version of your owner's manual. But the reason this is so in depth from a substance standpoint is it's probably written in a few languages. But there's the English, color pictures, some talk about the remote control. I'm going to go through that in detail. A USB A to USB-C cable in the box, so you can connect this to a computer source. Your Bluetooth antenna, pretty standard. And the remote control, which I understand is new and improved since the A80 was first introduced. As you know, I don't have the original A80, so I can't compare. But that looks like a pretty thorough, yet simplified remote control. Volume up, volume down, bass up, bass down, treble up, treble down, OK, menu, mute, mode. Yeah, it's a pretty in-depth, very simplified remote control that's included. And there it is. That's everything else in the box. I genuinely haven't opened this yet. I've had it for a couple of weeks. I actually haven't opened it yet until this moment. There it is. Sincerely, it is the size of my hand. Just literally, it's this tiny little, if you've ever owned a digital, I got to stop calling it digital. It's not digital, it's Class D. There's a difference. If you've ever owned a Class D amplifier with a Texas Instruments chip in it, they're tiny. That's really one of the many benefits of Class D, is they are small in size, even though this is really quite solidly built. This is really quite hefty in my hand, but small in size. That's really one of the big benefits because they're so efficient. It's a Class D chip that runs near 90%. I'm picking numbers of this guy here, but most Class D amplifiers run near 90% efficient. Some more than 90%. This might very well be more than 90% efficient, but you're not giving up most of the power in heat. That's why you can get away with something so small. Now it does produce heat, and you see AIYIMA has put some clever laser cut vent holes in the bottom, some vent holes in the sides to allow heat to cool off that amp chip. The screen, let's take this off. There we go. The screen is the most exciting upgrade from the original A80, and I'm going to show you some clips right here of the screen in action. The screen's now larger, the screen's now brighter, the screen now displays more useful information than it didn't before. Don't quote me on this, but it now shows your bass and treble. As you adjust your bass and treble, it shows on there. You now got dual UV meters dancing on the screen, whereas before you only had one. There's IR. I don't know if you can see that, the IR target where you're going to aim your remote control, and the master control switch. Push and turn for all your controls. That's a solid, beautiful, elegant piece. Now on the back, this is what makes this piece so different and so special compared to so many other amplifiers with this chip, is most amplifiers with this chip are just an amplifier, which I own many of them, and they're all amazing, they're all great, but to be able to put a DAC inside the same box, a preamp inside the same box, add a remote control inside that same box is really why I'm so excited to have an AIYIMA A80. But as for the DAC, so here you got your Bluetooth input. Screw your Bluetooth antenna there. Bluetooth 5.1. USB-C input, so you can connect to a computer and get the audio out of a computer into there. Optical digital input for connecting to a television. A coax digital input for other digital sources. And analog input. This isn't just a DAC. This is, I suppose, really where you can call it a preamp, because you're also including analog inputs, both RCA and TRS. That is something you just don't see. TRS inputs, which is balanced. It's a balanced preamp if you're using those inputs. Auxiliary out, this is brilliant, of course. Thank you for including an auxiliary out that's controlled by the volume knob. So now as you turn the volume down, what comes out of this is also controlled by the volume, making it perfect for connecting to a subwoofer. And 12 volt trigger. So when you have a rack of gear, when you turn one on, they all turn on. When you turn one off, they all turn off. So it's nice to have a 12 volt trigger. And nice heavy duty binding posts. Beautiful, heavy duty, large banana plugs. And of course your input for the power supply, which takes anything from 24 to 48 volts. And that's how you can control your total power output, is get yourself a smaller power supply if you were concerned about producing too much power. I don't know why I'm so big on that thing, because who doesn't want more power? But I do, I genuinely do like using more of my volume knob. That's just because a little turn, I want a little increase. I don't want to turn it a little and have it jump way up in volume, right? Because you're going from 4 watts of power to 40 watts with just a small. I want to go from 4 watts of output power to 8 to 10 to 12. You know, I want a gradual increase. So that's the beauty about having an external power supply, is you can do that. Inside, you've got AIYIMA capacitors along with Rubicon capacitors. Those are serious, high-end Japanese, high-quality, audio-grade capacitors. You know, when it comes to the electronics world, all capacitors aren't created equal. You put capacitors in in your microwave. There's capacitors. There's no point in putting audio-grade capacitors in your microwave, but they do put corporations do put microwave-grade capacitors inside audio gear, which is ludicrous. Not AIYIMA. AIYIMA's putting AIYIMA and Rubicon capacitors from Japan inside their gear, along with op-amp chips that are swappable. You can take out your op-amp chips very carefully. I'll do a video on that. And replace them with other op-amps to tailor your sound. I've done it before. Look through the channel. You'll see me swapping out and testing and doing audio tests on various op-amps in other gear. And stick around too, because if you follow op-amps, you'll know that Nishimbo Micro Devices just released their brand new Muses 05 op-amps. Now, those aren't dual channel DIP 8 op-amps, which this needs. I say this is swappable op-amps. You'll see me in the future putting new op-amps in this, just to find what op-amps I prefer best with this amplifier. The Muses 05 are not dual channel DIP 8, but I'm going to find a way to make them fit. I'll go into great detail in that video coming very soon. I've already got my hands on these things, and they look beautiful. They look really well built. But yes, I'm going to put them inside this and do some listening tests. So if you want to see how do you get Muses 05 op-amps that aren't dual channel, aren't DIP 8 sockets into a DIP 8 socket, watch that video. Watch that video coming soon, and I'll show you what that sounds like in this. So this piece, when I moved into this house, technically I don't even live in this house yet. This house is not even set up. I got a stack of wires on my TV on my TV shelf. My TV's not mounted on the wall. I got a new TV coming for the wall. I got a TV sitting there on the back of my couch, wrapped in a moving blanket still. My furniture's not in the right place. I don't even have a bed in this place yet. I'm not sleeping here yet. That's how new this place is. But when I walked through the front door on the hour I took possession, this is the only thing that walked through the door with me, my AIYIMA A80. I'm genuinely excited to have this thing. I'm genuinely excited to have one simple, tiny powerhouse of a box that controls my home entertainment center. So stick around, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, so when you see this room develop and you see a new entertainment system built around this piece, hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of what's to come with this AIYIMA A80. If you're just as excited as I am, look for a link in the description below. I'll put a link in the description for you to take a look at the AIYIMA A80 for yourself. Thanks for watching. It's been a long time. I'm glad to be back. Thanks for sticking with me.